They laughed at her tattoo. Then the seal. Captain asked, "Who authorized that mark?" They noticed the tattoo before they even noticed her name. A black ink symbol curled along the inside of her forearm, sharp, angular, and instantly recognizable to anyone who had spent time around real operators. It looked like a trident variation, but not one used by trainees. It looked official, too official. But the moment Private Ray Madison walked into the training facility on Naval Base El Ridge, the jokes started. The recruits whispered first, then smirked, then pointed outright. Most new recruits tried to blend in to hide their nerves. Ray walked in calm, steady, and quiet, her sleeves rolled up, the tattoo exposed like she didn't care who saw it. That made them mock her even more. "Nice fake seal tattoo," one guy laughed loud enough for the hall to hear. "Did you order it online?" another added. A couple of girls joined in, glancing at her arm with mocking disbelief. But Ray didn't respond. She didn't flinch, didn't roll her eyes, didn't even pull her sleeve down. She simply walked to her bunk, unpacked, and stood at attention during roll call like every other recruit, which oddly only made them talk louder. By day 3, the rumor had spread across the entire training platoon. The new girl had a fraudulent seal tattoo, and apparently she was bold enough to flaunt it. A few of the tougher recruits tried intimidating her directly. During morning PT, Corporal Jenkins, a loudmouth who believed himself the alpha trainee, ran beside her and said loudly, "You know flashing fake operator ink is a federal offense, right? Tell you what, before the instructors catch you, I'll give you one chance to wipe it off." Ray simply matched his pace and replied calmly, "It doesn't wipe off." Her voice was even, controlled, as if she knew something he didn't. Jenkins scoffed. "Yeah, because the cheap tattoo gun was permanent, huh?" But Ray didn't answer. She just kept running, and every time, Jenkins tried to sprint ahead to show dominance. She matched him effortlessly, barely breathing hard. By the end of the week, the laughter turned into frustration. Ray was outperforming nearly all of them. She never bragged, never showed discomfort, never reacted to their taunts. She lifted more weight during strength drills, held her breath longer during pool submergence, and completed the obstacle course in half the time of the average recruit. Some said she must have had prior military experience. Others joked she was a wannabe operator with YouTube training, but everyone agreed on one thing. Whoever she was hiding something. Then came the day everything changed. They were assembled on the training field for uniform inspection when a sudden shift in atmosphere rolled through the ranks. Conversations cut off, mid-sentence as a high-ranking officer approached, every recruit recognized. His posture even before seeing his face. Captain Cole Harlan, the SEAL captain, decorated, feared, respected. He rarely visited basic-level programs personally. His presence alone made instructors tense. He strode down the line, observing recruits one by one, his eyes sharp, reading everything, posture, discipline, confidence. When he reached Ray, the platoon collectively held its breath. He stopped, dead still. His gaze dropped to her exposed forearm. Silence spread like wildfire. Ray didn't move, didn't blink. The captain leaned slightly closer as if confirming what he was seeing. The recruits exchanged looks, some excited, others nervous. And then the captain's voice cut through the stillness like a blade. "Recruit," he said, low and commanding. "Who authorized that mark?" A collective shock rippled through the formation. Even the instructors stiffened. Jenkins looked as if someone had punched the air out of him. The captain didn't ask in anger, he asked in recognition. That tattoo, the very one recruits mocked for a week, wasn't fake at all. It wasn't even common. It was a classified mark, one assigned only to a handful of special operators who had completed a covert joint mission 2 years ago, a mission rumored to have failed, leaving several operators missing or presumed dead. Ray finally spoke. "Sir, permission to speak freely?" "Granted," the captain said quietly. "It was authorized," she said, "by Commander Elias Maddox." The captain's eyes widened a fraction, just enough for those watching to know something was very, very wrong. "Maddox?" he repeated, his tone shifting with recognition. "He personally approved it?" "Yes, sir." The recruits looked between them in confusion. Some of them remembered the name. Commander Maddox was once a legend, a SEAL commander known for the impossible missions he led. But he had vanished during a classified operation overseas. Officially, he was listed as KIA, but apparently, not everyone believed that. The captain stared at Ray like he was looking at a ghost. "Recruit Madison," he said slowly. "What is your relation to Commander Maddox?" Ray's answer dropped like a stone. "He was my father, sir." Gasps spread down the rank. The room spun for some of them. Jenkins stumbled back as if someone had shoved him. Their mocking of her tattoo suddenly felt like mocking a memorial. But there was more. Much more they didn't know. The captain stepped closer, lowering his voice so only Ray and the nearest recruits could hear. "Your father's unit. That mark was given only to those who made it out alive." "But the reports—" He exhaled sharply. "We thought there were no survivors." Ray's jaw tightened. "There was one survivor, sir. My father got me out. He didn't get himself out." Silence didn't just fall. It crushed the air out of everyone around her. All week they had mocked her, rolled their eyes, laughed at her tattoo. And all that time she had been wearing the emblem of her father's final mission, one earned through sacrifice, pain, and survival. A mark no one in that field deserved to even look at, let alone mock. The captain straightened, his face solemn but proud. "Recruits," he announced loudly, turning to the entire platoon, "that mark is not fake. It is not decorative. It is an honor granted only to operators who completed Operation Silent Meridian. An operation few survived." He pointed to Ray. "This recruit has lineage most of you cannot even comprehend. And she has earned the right to wear that mark. More than any of you have earned the right to question it." Some recruits lowered their eyes. Others swallowed hard. Jenkins visibly trembled. The captain placed a hand on Ray's shoulder. "Recruit Madison, from this moment forward, no one touches you, mocks you, or questions you. If they do, they answer directly to me." "Yes, sir," she replied. Then, turning to the instructors, the captain added, "And move her to Alpha class immediately. She's not here to be tested by them. She's here to be prepared." Ray finally looked at the recruits who had mocked her for days. Not with anger, not with satisfaction, but with a calm, steady strength that made every one of them look away, ashamed. Because they hadn't mocked a fraud. They hadn't mocked a wannabe. They had mocked the daughter of a fallen hero, carrying the last mark he ever gave her. And now they understood exactly why the SEAL captain himself had asked, "Who authorized that mark?"